Good morning, students, and welcome to the class of English. Today, Pankaj Thapa is going to discuss the active passive uh, in this video. Some other tense forms. In the previous video, I have discussed the present tense, simple present tense, and present continuous tense. Now we'll move forward and we'll start with present perfect tense. Let's study the voice rules. So, if it is the active voice, sentence is subject plus has have plus V3 plus object. Now, it will change to object plus has have plus been plus V3 plus by plus subject. So, for the example is Ram has played football. So, I think it is fit the norms. It means Ram is subject, has then played is third form of the verb, then football is object. Now when you convert it, it will become football has been played by Ram. So object has come first, then has because football is singular, then been, then third form of the verb is played, then by, then Ram. Similarly, if it is a negative sentence, the same thing happens here. Subject plus has have plus not plus third form of the verb plus object. And if it is passive voice, object plus has have plus not plus been plus third form of the verb plus by and subject. Now if it is interrogative, then it becomes has have plus subject, then third form of the verb plus object. And if it is passive voice, then has have plus object plus been plus V3, then by then subject. Now if we make the same Ram has played football here. So has, then subject is Ram, third form of the verb is played. Has Ram played football? Alright, it will be active. Now if it will be passive, so again football is singular and Ram is also singular. So object will come first. So has football been played by Ram. So like this the conversion will be. Alright. Now let's discuss some more examples of present perfect tense. Like active sentences, Nitesh has challenged her. So in passive it will be she has been challenged by Nitesh. See the her in the object when it will be brought to subject. So it will change accordingly. Children, don't forget to do that. You can't write her has been challenged by Nitesh. No, it won't work. Her comes as object, but when her is moved to subject, it becomes she or he. Similarly, Radhika has not written an article. So, an article has not been written by Radhika. Now it is interrogative sentence. Have they left the apartment? So, see, the sentence has started with have they left the apartment, and now in passive it has become has. The reason is because they is plural. That's why we have used have. But apartment, if we consider, it is singular. So we will use has. Has apartment been left by them? Now she has created this masterpiece. So this masterpiece has been created by her. Simple. I have read the newspaper. The newspaper has been read by me. Okay. So I think these examples are clear. Now let's move on to the next tense form, that is simple past tense. Now here the rules of simple past tense, that is subject plus second form of the verb, then object. Now what will convert to passive? Object plus was were plus third form of the verb plus by plus subject. Okay, and now when it is negative, so subject plus did not, subject plus did not plus verb 1 plus object. Now in passive, object plus was were plus not plus third form of the verb plus by and subject. Now, if it is interrogative, did plus subject plus first form of the verb plus object. Now, when it will convert to passive voice, it will become was were plus object plus third form of the verb plus by plus subject. So, now let's study the examples of simple past tense. Active is Rima cleaned the floor. The floor was cleaned by Rima. So, children, you notice one thing here, that there is introduction of was and were. All right, in the rules. All right. In every form, and did also gets converted to was and were. Keep this thing in mind. Whether it is negative or interrogative, did gets converted to was and were. Aisha bought a bicycle. A bicycle was bought by Aisha. Naman called my friends. So my friends, now it is plural, so we'll use were. My friends were called by Naman. I saved him. So he was saved by me. Miraya paid the bills. The bills were paid by Miraya. I think the examples are clear to you. Let's take the example, I saved him again. So now, him, when it will come to subject, it will become he. And I, when it will go to object, it will become me. Children, take care of these things, because when conversion will be there, and if a single mistake of even one word is there, you will lose marks. It will be considered a wrong conversion. So you will get 0 marks. Now, children, let's study the active and passive for past continuous tense. So here are the rules. Same, it is like present continuous, but the difference is that in place of is, am, are, here we are having was, were plus being, right? So subject, if it is was, were plus ing plus object. Now, when we convert to passive, object plus was, were plus being plus third form of the verb plus by plus subject. Now, if it is negative, was, were plus not plus first form of the verb plus ing plus object. So, see, clear in continuous form, in active voice, we use first form of the verb plus ing, like play plus ing playing, dance plus ing dancing, cook plus ing cooking. But in passive voice, so for continuous, to show continuity or something is going in continuous, we use the word being, because being, because everywhere we use the third form of the verb. In every passive form we use the third form of the verb. Let's study the examples of past continuous tense. Like the sentence is Nitika was painting the wall. So ing form will painting will get converted into being and painted. Okay, this ing word will get converted into two parts: being, being, and painted. So children, mind it. In continuous, we don't put the continuous tense like that only. We use the word being and then third form of the verb. Manish was repairing the car. The car was being repaired by Manish. Now it is interrogative. Were you reciting the poem? So now, when the poem will come to a subject, it is singular, so was will be introduced. Was the poem being recited? Now, there is no need, you can use by you also. Was the poem being recited by you? But definitely, this question is to the right person. There is no need to use by. She was baking the cake. The cake was being baked by her. She was watching me. I was being watched by her. Now, children, the next tense form is past perfect tense. Now, let's study the rules of past perfect tense. So, as present perfect, same here, no change, similar to the present perfect tense, but instead of has and have, there will be an introduction of had. Rest all the rules same. Alright, subject plus had plus third form of the verb plus object, then object plus had plus been plus third form of the verb plus by plus subject. So here there in the present perfect I say that you have to keep in consideration has and have and been, and in past perfect has and have gets converted to had and been is there. If it is negative, subject plus had plus not plus third form of the verb plus object. Now it will become object plus had plus not plus been plus third form of the verb plus by plus subject. Alright, now if it is had plus subject plus third form of the verb plus object, same. So subject will become object, object will become subject. So had plus object plus been, because it is interrogative. So according to the correct sentence formation, after the interrogative word, there will be the introduction of the object as a subject. Then there will be the introduction of been. So had plus object plus been plus third form of the verb plus by plus subject. Let's see some examples of past perfect tense. Misha had cleaned the floor. So the floor had been cleaned by Misha. Vidhi had not received the parcel. So its conversion would be the parcel had not been received by Vidhi. Vishal had solved the doubt. The doubt had been solved. We have to use by Vishal also. We can use it because the direct name of the person is there. Had they caught the thief? Interrogative. Alright. So before caught means before the third form of the verb, you will use the object part in the passive voice. So had the thief. So thief is the object. So it will become subject. Then we will use been. Had the thief been caught by them? They will when they will go to object, it will become them. I had paid 50,000. So when we convert to passive, 50,000 had been paid by me. I when will go to object, it will become me. Now children, next tense form is simple future tense. So let's study the rules. So children, here one commonality which I'll tell you is there is use of will and be. So introduction of new words. See, in continuous you have to remember the word whether it is present continuous or past continuous, being, and in perfect form whether present perfect or past perfect, you have to use the word been. Similarly, if it is a future tense, you will remember the word will plus be. Alright. So as you can see here, subject plus will plus first form of the verb plus object. Alright, like same example, subject is Ram will play football. Now the conversion will be there. What will be? Football will be played by Ram. Alright. Similarly, in the negative case, subject plus will plus not plus first form of the verb plus object. See, one thing you note that in active voice we are using first form of the verb in future tense. Children, one more thing about grammatical rule I am telling you, that in future tense we use the first form of the verb, right? And a word which shows the future tense. So will is the word which shows the future tense, and then first form of the verb. Now when will get converted, so object plus will plus not plus be plus third form of the verb plus by plus subject. Now will plus subject plus first form of the verb plus object. So will plus object plus be plus third form of the verb plus by plus subject. Let's see the examples of this simple future tense. Kriya will sew the bag. So the bag will come as subject and Kriya will become the object. The bag will be sewed by Kriya. Disha will not arrange the things. So the things will not be arranged by Disha. Will you mop the floor? So will the floor. See, the will word will remain at the same place. Here you may be having a little bit confusion, so I'm making it clear. So if the sentence is inactive, will you mop the floor? So will remain the same. But what is the subject and object here? You is the subject and floor is the object. So interchange will go between you and floor. Okay, will remain at the same place because it's a question word. So will the floor, and now the word, what is the word which you have to introduce? Be, because remember in future tense what is the connecting word? Will be. So if it is interrogative, so subject will come first before be. So will the floor be mopped by you? I think it's clear now. Now in active they will post the letter, so the letter will be posted. There is no need to write by them. Why? Because they could be anyone. We don't know. That's why there is no need to write by them. Even if we write, it is also not wrong. Reena will save money. So money will be saved by Reena. Children, next tense form is future perfect tense. So let's study the example. What is common here? The common thing, will, shall, have, been. Right? So, will have, shall have, or been. This is the commonality you shall find in the future perfect tense. Now, as that is subject plus will plus have plus third form of the verb plus object. Alright. Now, in passive, object plus will plus have plus third form of the verb plus by plus subject. Like Ram will have played football. In passive it will become football will have been played by Ram. Alright, I think it is getting, or it is not clear in the video, that word. Alright, in the first, what I am telling you, it will be like this. Again I am telling children, otherwise examples are there. So it is here, Ram will have played football. So football will have been played by Ram. In the same way, in negative also subject plus will have, not plus third form of the verb plus object. So object plus will have, not plus been plus verb form 3 plus subject. And in case of interrogative, will plus subject plus have plus third form of the verb plus object. Now similarly here, will plus object plus have plus been plus subject. Children, again I am reminding you, in the first conversion been is invisible, so don't confuse in it. Now let's see the examples of future perfect tense. They will have brought the toy. So the toy will have been brought by them. So I think now it is clear that been is there in all future perfect tense forms. All right, don't confuse. There was some problem which I have already explained to you. Next is Nimesh will not have changed the table cover. So its passive will be the table cover will not have been changed by Nimesh. Then will she have written the notes? So will the notes have been written by her? It is interrogative. All right, but the question word will remain in the same place. The be conversion will be there. Next is they will have won the match. Then the match will have been won by them. Then Vijay will have washed a shirt. So a shirt will have been washed by Vijay. Now there is no passive voice formation of these tenses. Children, mind the tense form which are written over here, then there is no passive voice for these tenses. Like all the continuous tense forms, present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, future perfect continuous, and then one more future continuous, there is no passive form. Children, minded and take care. This is all about passive voice, active to passive conversion. Hope you will practice the rules. I'll give unsolved examples also. So this much only in this video. Till my next video. Thank you and goodbye.